They say opposites attract.
Well, how about these opposites? Daddies and sons.
You're listening to Daddy and Son,
A podcast where we explore the dynamics of daddy and son relationships, multi-generational views,
and everything else in between.
Oh, God. You dirty little liar. I'm sorry, I can explain.
Explain how you forgot to invite us to your party?
I had to pretend to be plastic.
Buddy, you're not pretending anymore. You're plastic.
You're the one who made me like this so you could use me for your 8th grade revenge. Oh, I used to live in Africa with all the little birdies and the little monkeys. You know what? It's not my fault you're like in love with me or something.
This bitch.
Yes, this bitch. And this bitch that we're talking about this week, you know who that is?
I don't know, but she's not politically correct.
It's bitch ass Taco. That's who I'm
And
talking
who's
about.
that? I have no idea who that is.
Taco stands for Trump always.
Oh, that
cops
Taco.
out.
Yes.
Yes. And that Taco, who ran his entire election on the Epstein files, basically fueled January 6th and QAnon conspiracy and Pizzagate, is now saying it's all a hoax. And we should be looking elsewhere. Rosie O'Donnell, when he tried to say, "Oh, he's gonna take away her citizenship,"
He has it out for everybody,
and
that
it didn't
guy.
work. Then he said, "Oh, look over here. We're going to arrest Obama because treason."
Look,
And I'm like,
he's lost it. Let's face it. Why are we talking about Trump? We know he's a jerk, right?
yes, we know. And don't you rush me, because when I'm talking about Canadian politics, you're like, but I like the politics from south of the border. It's more interesting.
It is more interesting. It's certainly more entertaining.
Let me talk about the politics from south of the border, because you know what Trump did?
Let's do that this week then.
You know what Trump did? Trump decided that, it's all just smoke and mirrors, and it's made up by crooked Hillary and Barack Hussein Obama.
He's lost the narrative, hon.
And Sleepy Joe. And I'm just like, none of these people were even in office
He's lost it.
when
Let's
this
face it.
happened. Like, you are the one who got Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell in prison. What are you talking about?
I know.
Somebody needs to come get their uncle.
Well,
Somebody needs to get uncle,
What are they
because
talking about exactly? And what is being offered to her to keep everything quiet?
he, for the longest time, that dirty little liar who
Should we tell
pretended like he was one of us. You know, he wanted to protect the children and take the pedophiles off the street. But guess, looky, he's not pretending anymore. The call is coming from inside the house. Ring, ring. He's one of them. And here we are, 6 months in.
And we're going to lose Stephen Colbert in 10 months. That's a shame.
It's a lot, isn't it? It's just a lot.
It's chaos down there. It really is, isn't it? But you got to admit, it's entertaining, if nothing else.
It's scary.
But you're right. It is scary.
It's scary.
They're losing their base. They're losing their...
Especially because they're so close to us. I think an authoritarian government, and let's call it what it is. If you make fun of someone and they say, okay, I am going to block, whether that's...
I'm going to do this or do that or take this away from you. There's a lot of ways they can threaten, isn't it?
Whether that's a baseball team, he's threatening to change their name or else he won't allow the government to carry forward with that deal, or it's reporters not being able to report on anything. It's like, at this point,
he's acting like a king.
It's the very definition of an authoritarian government. And it's scary because
King Trump.
Now he's telling other governments overseas what they should do with their politics. And it is frankly, it's making me nervous. It really is making me nervous. I don't know why everyone is so calm. This is not like the usual times.
The folks on CNN and MSNBC are not calm.
This
They're
is
scared
not
shitless.
that is nobody should be scared to show up and do what they do their job.
Well, unfortunately, the environment there has changed, and they are, and with good reason. Unfortunately, just so the folks at home know, we are talking about Epstein, Trump, authoritarian government, U.S. politics. That consumes us.
I'm sure the girls can put two and two together. We're not putting a square peg into a round hole, honey. With that being said, welcome back to this messy show we call Daddy and Son.
Messy show, that is a very good description. Very good description, because I'm sitting here and I have no idea how we're going to start and how we're going to end each week. But that's part of the fun.
That's part of the fun. My name is Alex.
And I'm Norm.
How you been, Norm?
You
missed the week because you want to tell the people what
I had a cold right after my birthday. I don't know what happened. The summer cold. Who gets a cold in the summer?
Happy.
Thank you.
Happy birthday.
I won't tell you how old I am, but let's just say I'm not as old as Trump, but I'm older than our prime minister.
And you do look good doing it.
Thank you.
Cheers to that. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers to that.
And speaking of what are we drinking?
Oh, well, you know what? Today we're having it's so hot. It's 33 degrees. You all right?
Yes, I gulped and it went down the wrong alcohol tube.
Well, you know what? It is called a rum punch.
Yes, I got punched there.
You got punched there.
Yes, I did.
And you know, I it's so hot. It's 33 degrees. I wanted to create something that is close to my heritage, practically the national drink of my people.
Oh, it is wonderful.
And it is so refreshing. Thank you for bringing the Appleton rum, which is the base of this lovely drink.
All we're missing is the sand and the water.
That's all we're missing. A little bit, but we have the sunshine, we have the perfect drinks,
and the goddamn heat outside. Sorry,
it is hot.
Yeah, we've had a hot summer,
ladies and gentlemen.
We've had climate change is here for real.
Oh my God! Did you just admit that?
Oh, now here you go again, classifying me as a boomer that doesn't believe certain things.
Because you don't.
I do. Climate change is real. I mean, it's happening. We're seeing it. Doesn't mean that we should bend over. It doesn't mean we should.
I caught you on candid camera.
Well, it doesn't mean we should bend over backwards and try to save the earth while China and Russia pollute the hell out of places.
Well, what else should we be doing?
That's my point.
Leave some livelihood for the rest of us kids, for the children. Think about the suns everywhere, Papa. Think about the suns everywhere.
Daddy takes care of many sons in many places.
We know you're Mr. Worldwide, Mr. International.
I am known in various area codes and country codes.
Norm here is an international daddy.
I'm country code Norman.
Listeners.
CC Norman.
He has sons in the Caribbean. He has sons in Europe. He has a son right now in Barbados. He has sons in Toronto. He's Mr. Worldwide, the original Mr. Worldwide. So, tell us, how was your birthday?
Very nice.
Yeah? What did you do? Fill us in.
I took myself to dinner at the Keg.
You took yourself? Mm-hmm. Why didn't you invite me when to call me up?
Nobody wanted to go out with me.
Did you ask me?
No, I thought you were busy.
Well, fuck her. You should have asked me.
I never thought to.
I am insulted. How do you even call me a friend? This is what I talk about.
Well,
you don't bring me anywhere. You don't ask me anything.
You're the world traveler.
I have table manners.
You who goes all over the world and meets famous people and has parties that doesn't invite me last year.
I know how to use knife and forks. I went to finishing school. I know how to use a napkin properly.
Very good. And make a drink, I must say. Serve a cocktail.
You can take me places, Daddy. You can take me places.
By the way, what time is it right now? It's cocktail o'clock. Drink up.
Cheers. Cheers. Happy belated.
Thank you.
I'm happy that you're with us for another year. I remember when you had the big 7-0. It was such a good time.
I know, and you baked a wonderful cake that week, too.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Honestly, you've been in my life for so long, and I want you to be here for even longer.
Really?
As long as you're nice and strong and vibrant as you are now.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. Well, it takes work. It takes work.
And you better upkeep it because guess what, bitch? The way how you don't take me out nowhere and you go to dinner by yourself and you don't let me know that you're doing anything for your birthday.
I never thought, it never occurred to me that anybody
I'm
would
judging.
want to spend a night with me.
Oh,
I guess, Marcus is away.
Do you hear yourself?
My friends were away. The two guys were in Portugal.
And I, who's somebody who's usually away, was finally here.
Were you busy that night?
No.
Probably.
I mean, it doesn't matter.
We're having a fight, by the way. Everybody,
you're Norm Cheeseman. Everybody has to step aside.
Just let you know that Alex and I don't always agree on things. We do have our little spats.
I think people know that by now.
They do?
I think they have an idea about
You've
that
been
by
talking
now.
behind my back.
I think the listeners know by now.
We are a different generation.
You see, I think of myself as a traditional conservative, but you keep telling me that I'm going left off the page.
Oh, you're liberal as a loony.
Oh, my God. I just think that...
Tell your conservative friends I think you're liberal as a loony.
I just think that... they listen. I think that conservative values in the Western world, specifically in America, meaning Mexico, Canada, and the US, has shifted. Conservative values is not what it used to be. It has shifted. Conservative values used to be about minimal government, about strong fiscal oversight,
yes,
and family values. And now it's all rampant. It's anti-immigrant. It's
not. That's not conservatism. It's Trumpism.
It's anti-people. No. And so was your good friend Pete. He just said we need less people in Canada.
He said we need an immigration cap for 2 years. That's different. And 62% of the people in this country...
He needs to check his base.
No, hold on. It's immigrants that also think we have too many people here.
Didn't immigrants vote for him?
There's nothing... Yes, they did. A lot of them.
Okay, a lot of them did. He needs to check his base.
There's nothing wrong with limiting the supply of people coming in so your infrastructure can catch up with it.
Until people start getting their citizenships revoked and an authoritarian leader comes into place.
It's strictly an economic thing. But you know what?
We'll see.
I want to talk about what I know at 22 what I didn't know at 22 that I know now or think I know at 72.
Okay. All right.
Let's do 10 minutes.
Fine.
Do 10 minutes on that.
Let's segue.
Yeah.
Let's segue. Tell me about it. You're now in your 70s, right? What did you know at 72 it is?
Yes, sir.
All right.
I guess we're letting the folks at home know, eh?
Well, the people ought to know. They need to know
and how old do I look?
Beautiful of a daddy you are.
Oh, you're so sweet.
They need to know. So tell me, what do you know about 22? What do you know about life at 22, and now that you're 72, how do you feel?
I feel happier now than I did at 22.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things I learned. One is you learn through life.
Mm-hmm.
You think, I remember when I got out of business school, I thought I was God's gift to business. And I think there's a lot of young people that are entering the workforce, coming into their own and think, well, I know what's going on. Well, I got news for you, young Gen X's and Gen Zers. You know Dick Hall right now. You're going to learn a lot in the next few years. And the discussion we were having before we went on air, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? He's going to change his mind about that in a few years. But that's fine.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's the responsibility of the older generation to not only
to
teach,
develop and nurture. I agree
but
with
nurture.
You. I agree, and I love to do
but
that.
I don't feel like I'm being nurtured. Aren't gay people
by whom?
You see,
whom?
You see when people say that gay people are groomers? I want you to groom me. You
are doing a wonderful job of it yourself. You're getting groomed by the people you work with in your company.
I want to be a great lobbyist like you.
Well, I thought you wanted to be in cybersecurity.
Well, can I not do both?
Probably could.
How many different industrial sectors have you worked in?
Well, I sure as hell haven't worked in cybersecurity.
At least 5.
Well, I'll tell you, lobbying is a really straightforward
That's one
process.
per decade.
Listen to me. Lobbying, you want to know about lobbying? You know the issue. What is the position of your organization? What do you want to change? And who do you need to go to tell? And whose support do you need to support your message? Those are the basic principles of lobbying.
So basically, I just need to know people and know how to twist
You don't
their
have
leg.
to know the people. You have to understand who the decision makers are in a particular time and circumstance, and then organize your issue, organize the support, organize your position, and get people to carry that forward to the decision makers.
This
That's what
sounds
lobbying
like a
is.
soft skill industry.
Some of it's soft, but a lot of it's hard skill.
Like,
Pounding out a letter, getting on a phone and making a phone call.
that's a soft skill.
It's a soft skill, but it's repetitive. It's kind of
but
boring
it's still a
sometimes.
soft skill. Communications is a soft skill. But I think...
And you have those skills.
Okay, so I have the communications part, right? I have the technological background part. I have the negotiating skills part. What I would love from you is introduce me to your world. Make me part of your world.
But the world you need to be a part of isn't manufacturing and making stone and cement.
Fear.
You need to talk to... So my question to you would be, what is it you want to say to people out there? What is it you want to change? What is the ask? The key thing in lobbying is to define your ask up front. And I'm right now working with some people. I'm saying we need to get our ask very tightly and concisely articulated, or we're not going to get anything done.
Okay, but I don't believe that is like the be and be all. I think the be and be all is the who you know.
Unfortunately, that's not the case because there's a lot of people you don't know. And the point is you have to identify who's out there that's important to speak to if you want to change something. I literally don't know the people I need to know.
You don't?
No. I need to find those people out.
See?
I need to reach them. I need to look at org charts and say, I think that's the guy.
That's why you need to team up with someone with a technical background who is able to do the dark web scraping and the skimming necessary to
It's
figure
not
out
on the
who you
dark
want
web.
to know.
This information is public information in many cases.
Yeah, but then...
Governments have org charts. They have phone numbers. They have email addresses.
And what you're going to do, call them up and be like, ring, ring, I need you to do this favor for me.
No. That's not what lobbying is.
Then what is
That's
lobbying?
bribery. That's lobbying is, hey, I represent so-and-so. I wonder if I could come in and talk to you about X issue. I have an interest in this, and I think there's something I could share with you that would be helpful. That's a soft skill.
See, I don't operate that way. I get results.
Really?
I'm very Doug Fordish.
Now, this is the...
I go in with an intention,
Doug Ford,
and I
forgive me.
ask nicely, and if you don't give me what I want, I find a way. Wink, wink.
Here's another thing I know at 72 I didn't know at 22.
What's that?
I don't know what I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff I don't know that I...
Extrapolate.
Let me look at the answer I wrote down to you a couple of weeks ago when I put this on paper.
Extrapolate for our audience. What is it that you didn't know?
Well,
because I'm guessing that's kind of like the paradox of saying that you still don't know everything.
Of course not.
And you're learning, correct?
Correct. And that's the
Okay.
that's the thing about getting older and maturing is you realize there are things that you never thought to ask or consider when making a decision. There are options that you never thought, I never thought about that. And as you get older, you think, what is it that I'm not doing here that I should be doing? I remember working for a prof one summer when I was at business school. He said, when you're looking at a document, you're looking at something, look for what isn't there. Well, that's interesting. What isn't there is something you don't know. So when you're looking for something you don't know, you might just find it. When you're 22, you don't think that way. You think you know everything. No, you're what, 28, 29, 30?
No, 31.
31, you've hit the big 3-0, okay.
Yeah, and I don't think that way. I I'm always exploring. I'm always trying to upgrade myself.
You do.
Hence me in going to law school.
You are
I'm
an amazing achiever.
I'm always trying to learn more. I'm hungry for knowledge. I'm hungry to meet people. I'm hungry to network. I'm hungry to make friends and enemies.
Well, I'm not anxious to make enemies. Mind you, I have a few out there, so I don't need to make any more.
Speaking of, what of the things that you've learned off the cuff, I want to know, how have you learned about dealing with friends that you have lost over the years? And not just friends who you've lost, naturally through natural cause. Like people who have just
drifted
disappeared.
away.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the things I've learned.
How have you managed that at 22 versus being 72?
Well, one thing you think of when you're younger, you tend to meet people and make friends much more easily than you are when you're older.
Because you're good looking and you have a nice lush head of hair. I mean, you still do now.
Well,
luscious.
You're also more energetic. You're more adventurous, I think, when you're younger. And that's not to say I'm not now, but I think as you go through life, I got a friend once that said, Norm, friends are like flowers. Every now you should throw the old ones out and get some new ones. Well,
that's harsh.
I got a news for you. Some of them just fade away anyway. And you can go and pick some new ones out.
Should I discard you then?
It's up to you.
I mean, you haven't necessarily introduced. Where's the value? What's the value added in this relationship?
Oh, no, that's very transactional. You're sounding like Trump now.
No, I'm sounding like a conservative.
No, that's not good.
I'm just playing.
I say it's very Trumpian, very transactional.
I'm a new age conservative. See, I can stoop to their level.
A new age conservative.
I can stoop to their level.
By the way, where does Lewis live again? He's not in London, right?
No. He's in Portsmouth.
How unfortunate. I'm going to be in London for a day and a half in late
That's okay.
September.
It's just a 2.5-hour train ride.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Let's go down there for lunch.
It's just a 2.5-hour train ride. You should come down to this to the coast for a nice little pub day. It's beautiful. It is absolutely.
And I can be
beautiful.
back in London in the evening.
And you're back in the evening. Just make a nice little afternoon trip out of it. You will absolutely love it. Yeah, it's no more than driving from Toronto to Mississauga and back. I promise.
2.5 hours? Javi, I can walk
during rush hour.
Oh, I'll go in the morning. Anyway. Well, I guess when I had my birthday, I was very reflective about, what have I learned? I'm trying to read it. I'm trying to read my writing. I'm trying to read my printing here. Oh, here's another one. There are things you do and are interested in at 22 that when you're later in life, why the hell did I like doing that? How did I manage to do that? No.
Well, I'd like to doing that when I was younger.
Oh, well,
I've been to a few.
I didn't have that privilege or that opportunity.
I just used to get invited a lot, to be honest. Yeah. I would just be on Grindr and somebody would be like, hey, I'm having an orgy. Would you like to come? And I'd be like, sure. The last one I went to, I was 28.
3 years ago.
I used to get...
Was it enjoyable?
Was it 28? Maybe 27. The last one I went to was 2019. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lot. That's like 6 years ago.
Yeah. It was the November before the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like a different time then, wasn't it?
I know. And this is why, me personally,
yeah,
I can't date anyone who doesn't remember what they were doing in life outside of school during the pandemic. Like, if you don't even remember 9/11, don't talk to me. Like, if you don't, like there's certain landmarks. Like the other day I was talking to a guy that I was hitting on and he said, do you remember Watergate? And I was like, who?
Well, he definitely is a daddy.
And he was like, "You're too young for me, but let me buy you another drink." I was like, "That's kind of you," but I like them older.
I remember Watergate very well. I remember the night Richard Nixon resigned.
And I wasn't necessarily interested, but I was flirting. I just wanted to see if I could still pull. And
You wanted a free drink, bitch. Oop.
In this economy, of course I wanted a free drink,
Why not?
but I digress.
You're a young, employable, soon-to-be indebted student.
But I digress. No, I genuinely, I looked at him and I said, that's very kind of you. That's very kind of you, sir. But yeah, that's who I am as an individual. If you don't remember certain things, I don't want to be involved. But anyhow, what about, so friendships? Yeah, back to where we were, friendships. And what about the ones that you told me that, it's okay to change out your friends every now and again, especially when they fade. It's fine. Let them go. And one thing I've learned in my early 30s is that people come back around. If you
Hopefully, some of them
are a valuable person, if you are a good person, you look out for those around you. You care about people. You're giving. You're generous. You're kind. You're loving.
Like me, for example.
Sure. I'm just playing. People will come back around. But what about the ones that you've lost?
Well,
what have you learned about grieving?
They're painful, some of them. But eventually you accept, hey, we had done what we did. We enjoyed our friendship. It went as far as the other person felt it could go, and we move on. We make other friends. We develop other relationships. Life is a dynamic thing. It doesn't always stay the same. And that's one of the things you got to learn as you get older is the thing you're doing today isn't necessarily what you're going to do tomorrow.
Like being a lobbyist in the technology industry, and then turning around and being a lobbyist in transport, and then turning around and being a lobbyist in stone and gravel, right?
Have you been reading my LinkedIn profile again?
I pay attention.
Yeah.
I pay attention.
And you don't have to go to the dark web to do it either.
No, but seriously, one of the things that I have held close to my heart is understanding that, and maybe a lot of people my age bracket, Norm, haven't come to that realization, but I've been to my fair share of funerals. My mother died when I was 25, my father died when I was 27, and I've been to my fair share of funerals, and the very first time I saw a dead body in my life was when I found my grandfather dead at the age of 8. And it's ironic to me how people can be so disposable or treat others like they're expandable. You meet people these days and nobody wants to take the time to get to know you. Nobody wants to take the time to build or foster friendships.
That's interesting.
Or even relationships for that matter. Romantic ones, right? Nobody wants to take the time.
Why do you think that is?
I think it's because we live in a microwave world.
Ooh,
My world is very different from yours at 22. Yours at 22, the population was probably different. The population probably looked different.
And we didn't have the ways to communicate then that you do today.
Correct.
You didn't have text, you didn't have email.
And so I believe that having so much access has left people jaded. It has left people jaded. And so even though I grew up in an age where this access was always available to me, right? I grew up in the age of compact computers. It's always been accessible to me. But I think being an only child and being raised to be an adult,
yes,
Let me repeat that. Being raised to be an adult.
At an early age that you might not otherwise, or
Right.
somebody your age might not have achieved as early.
My parents, my parents treated friendships as if they were the most important thing in their life.
It's wonderful. It's sad you lost your parents at such a young age.
And I think that blessing has kind of rubbed off on me. You have to treat people
I agree.
as if the friendships matter.
And
I would even go as far to say more so than romantic partnerships.
and someday some of those people won't necessarily be with you.
Exactly.
And I lived through the AIDS crisis. I lost a number of friends in a short period of time in the early mid-90s. And I often think of them. And I think,
I would love to do a segment on that, actually.
I wonder what they would be like today.
Yeah.
Okay, we can do that again.
I would love to do a segment dedicated to the AIDS crisis, what it was like during that time.
But you're right. You learn to value friendship when you've had the experience of losing somebody close.
Yeah.
Which I appreciate about
And
you.
so unceremoniously, so just like that. And just like that, they were gone. I do think that, even at 22, for me, one of the things, and I know I'm not that far off, but one of the things that I have learned at this stage in my life is that drink the good bottle of wine today. Drink it. Don't save it. You have a bunch of friends that you've gotten together, have a few, you're close, you love each other, pop that good bottle of wine.
Enjoy the moment.
Enjoy the moment.
Yeah.
Because next week is not guaranteed.
Yeah, that's right.
Look to your left, look to your right. One of you may not be here.
Look to your left, or you might scrape the side of your car on a butt that I'm sure moved in my underground parking garage. But we'll talk about that another time.
Have you learned driving yet?
I have. I learned today, though, that there is accident forgiveness for the first accident. Anyway, that's a private joke.
You know
a
what?
private joke, folks.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to just take a quick break to refresh our drinks, and then we'll get to the final segment of this show. No, knowing, I think...
Cock over?
Crop over. I'm surprised to know what crop over is. I really am,
Well,
because it's very cultured of you. It's a very...
Well, how could I not? I mean, Marcus is Bajan.
Bayesian? Yeah, Bayesian.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you see, people think being cultured is knowing about Tchaikovsky and Bach and European...
Madonna. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
No, honestly, I think culture is anything that has to do with the importance and the severity of a cultural group of people. Whether it's Caribbean, whether that's Latin America, whether that's Asian, whatever the case may be. And the mere fact that you know and understand and have integrated yourself in these different cultures is being cultured. So you are cultured. Good for you. Good for you. But, back to you. Back to you, because today's your post 72 birthday interview, and us or listeners between our 35% of 18 to 22-year-old listeners would love to know. So let's talk about matters of the heart.
Matters of the heart.
Matters of the heart.
I'm glad you asked that.
What do you know now at 22 versus 72? I feel like you're going to disappoint a lot of us.
Nope. I think that the most important thing is when you're trying to figure out what to do with your life, listen to your gut, not your head. Either one.
I kind of feel like that is something that you probably should have told yourself after your last divorce.
I probably should have told myself that about 30 years ago before I made a move to Ottawa, but that's another subject. When deep inside, I didn't want to do this.
You didn't want
but
to
my
go to
head told me
Ottawa?
do-
I thought that was your dream job.
No, that particular job wasn't my dream job.
Oh, it wasn't.
Because at that point I realized I liked Toronto better. And I didn't.
But if you stayed here, do you think your life would have turned out the same way?
Well, of course not. Who knows?
True.
But the point is that deep inside, the most reliable thing to you in terms of deciding about things is the gut, is the heart. That's the most reliable.
Listen to both equally.
Well, the gut and the heart I kind of take as the same thing. The head being the head attached to your neck.
Oh, that's the logical side of things.
Although the other head can have an influence on decisions too, which can be equally destructive.
Destructive and detrimental.
Yes, exactly.
You and I both know that. That's led to bad investments, bad relationships.
Bad investments for sure, honey.
Bad thought. You and I both. You and I both.
I would be
And I'm
richer
not-
by a mile.
I am not even in my 70s, and trust me, if I could go back, well, you know
You
what?
don't have very far to go back.
I wouldn't change. I don't think I'd change
no.
much because I wouldn't learn.
Yes, you want to learn from stuff. That's the whole idea.
But I kind of feel like it's weird. As I'm getting to, my next birthday, I feel like I have learned a lot about what I want in love and life. And when I say life, I mean talking about a life partner.
That's good.
And
I was not there at your age. I was definitely not
the
there.
person I'm currently dating said to me, you've dated a lot of people. And I said, well, you know what? Maybe so, but at least now I know what I want. I had to do the homework. People don't become an expert. People don't develop a PhD, or whether it's a PhD in me. You don't become an expert in yourself without years of studies
The same
and
way
research and development and testing, no?
the same way you don't become an expert lobbyist and a senior person in an organization without putting in the time.
Without somebody introducing you to the people you need to know and networking. Right. That's what you need to do, Norm.
Well, I'll tell you how I got in there. I found it.
Call
I
me up
worked
one
at
day
it.
and tell me, hey, Alex, throw on a tie and a jacket. We're going to a black tie event. Okay, Norm.
Black tie event. I haven't been to a black tie event in my life, and I have no interest in going
in
to
your
them.
life?
They're bullshit.
You're lying.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
You're lying.
And then you see these people promoting on LinkedIn the next day. I was here. I was there. Look at my picture over there.
Really?
There's so much self-promotion in the world of LinkedIn and these events like that. Anyway.
I have not, to be honest, I have not even touched my LinkedIn in years.
And your black tie?
That I've touched in recent
Well, then
times.
you're a man of class. You move in circles that I don't move in.
I
I'm a
feel like
plebeian and you're
LinkedIn is
an aristocrat.
And we'll probably have to do an episode on this. Actually, I'm taking notes, so I'll probably have to do an episode on this at a later time. But I'm going to talk about the dangers and the dark side of LinkedIn, because you know me, I'm a tech guy.
Okay.
So I think actually, when it's my time to produce, I will do an
I'd like to
episode
hear that.
on the dark side of LinkedIn.
Okay, I want to hear that.
And why I have left LinkedIn behind. But as we come to a close, one of the things that I want to talk to you about is understanding friendships.
Yes.
We've spoken about gaining, losing, letting go,
Yes.
grieving, but
And we have a good friendship, just so people outside there know. And
how do you make friends, and how do you understand who is your friend and who is not your friend?
the secret of a good friendship is love and thinking of the other person first. And that's really what makes for a successful life.
Yeah. I think it's tough to accept, to be honest, because oftentimes I have learned in my time on this planet as a son, I've learned that not everybody's my friend.
Do you know what? That's one of the things on my when I learned it's 20, that I didn't know at 22 that I know at 72. Not everybody is your friend. Very observant.
And I have thought even like bosses,
And I'm glad you know that now.
people. Remember the time I called you crying when I got fired from my first big boy job? Mm-hmm. Crying. I'm like, Norm, what should I do? How should I? And you're like, well, here's what you need to do. You need to talk about your severance. Da, 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 da. And I was like, I can't believe she did this to me. I can't believe she did this to me. This was someone who was my boss, but I thought of her as a friend. We would go out for drinks together. We were close.
Well, at least they didn't rob you of $200,000.
I mean, you're right. Could have been worse.
Yes.
Could have been worse. And you know what she tried to do afterwards? After she became a director at Scotiabank, she tried to rehire me at Scotiabank after she fired me from my last job.
Did it occur to you that it might not have been fully her decision to let you go?
It doesn't matter. If I'm your friend, you are going to fight for me.
No, not in a corporate environment. There are no friends in corporate environments.
So you mean tell me that my coworker is not my friend?
That's what you learn at 42.
But
You don't need to wait till 72 to learn that.
My coworker, one of my coworkers, he asked me to be. One of my coworkers, I was at his wedding, and recently he just had his first child, and he asked me back in February to be his child's godfather.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer work in the same department because I got promoted and I shifted over to GRC, Governance, Risk, and Compliance, and he still works in security operations, cybersecurity, right? So he leads cybersecurity, I lead GRC. How do I look at that? He's a colleague still because we work in tandem.
Fine.
But should I not think of it? I'm his child's godfather. Are we not friends?
I don't know. Are you? Do you consider yourself friends?
I think so. I think we're friends. We talk all the time.
So what's the problem?
I don't know. And this is weird because this is a woman and a woman of color who betrayed me and backstabbed me. And now this blonde hair, blue eye, straight man who is treated me as if I'm his brother. Yes, people are not supposed to look at their coworkers as friends, but I'm having a hard time I'm struggling not to see him as such.
Business is business. If you have a relationship outside of the business that is good and supportive, and you accept the limitations of it, fine. But don't expect the same treatment inside the corporate environment because corporate rules are what govern decisions inside a corporation. And I've had good relationships with people, and Norm, thank you for your service. I don't need you anymore. Here's your severance. Goodbye.
Did they at least set you up with a good severance?
Usually there was some severance, not always.
What was it, a good one?
It was within the law.
Oh.
Could I have asked for more?
And these
Maybe.
were friends? Or people did a good relationship?
I wouldn't say they were friends.
Okay,
no.
well, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about people who are friends. I mean, this woman and I went...
I would suggest that you not make a friend of someone who is who's not your boss.
I have a picture. It's so ironic because the other day, another subordinate, one of my friends from the same group at work, she showed me a picture. Right? I was at her house. She just bought a house. I went to her housewarming. She showed me pictures like, oh my God, remember this day at the party when we were all drinking? And she showed me our boss. And she was drunk as a skunk with her mouth open, wide open. She was drunk as a skunk. And we were all just like no inhibitions, just having a good time. And that's how we were as a group. So to this day, that situation has shook me. Now, has it left me jaded to feel like nobody I meet at work, I will ever treat them close? No, I haven't gotten to that point yet, but it was eye-opening.
Well, there you go. And you said while we were offline, you told me you thought I was a little more closed off than I was a few years ago. Life does that to you sometimes. You're more
But
careful.
why?
Because you got to protect yourself.
Aren't you a Christian? Aren't you supposed to be forgiving?
I'm.
Why are you
there's nothing
taking
to
other
forgive.
people's fat and frying other people?
Hold on. There's nothing. There's nothing to forgive. It's just that I'm more careful and discerning with people. I think I'm an open person. Don't you? You don't think I'm as open?
I not as open as it used to be.
Well, that's a topic for another evening. And I have to go, unfortunately. I have a family event I'm required to be at.
Okay. Should I read us out?
Yeah.
Sorry to come to an abrupt close.
Well,
But thank you for today's interview, Norm. It was great to have this conversation.
we have great conversation.
Getting
We're good
to know
friends.
what you knew at 22 versus 72.
And I wonder what I'll know at 82 that I don't know now.
I would love if you can be in my life for another decade.
Oh, that's sweet. Let's drink
Please
to that.
stay.
Let's drink to that.
Let's stay.
And don't leave Canada. I know you want to, but don't leave Canada. That's another topic too, folks.
While we get, we wipe our tears and compose ourselves, listeners, thank you for listening to today's episode. Really. If you made it all the way to the end, follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is called @Daddy and Son. That's the @ Daddy and Son podcast. We're also now on iHeartRadio.
Wow.
So download the iHeartRadio app for free and look for @Daddy and Son podcast on the iHeartRadio app. If you have any questions for the show, send them over to daddyandsonpodcast@gmail.com. That's DADDYANDSON podcast@gmail.com. And until next time, sons, be good to your daddies.
Daddies, be kind to your sons.